It's March 10th, 2022. I put iodine on. I'm hoping that it heals a little faster. Try some new. There's a story. It's March 10th, 2022. It says that Russia's going to abandon an American astronaut. I see what the astronaut's face looks like. I have no idea who he's associated with, but he certainly is not a jewel eye in a Jeweleye. He looks very human, or very whatever exists here in spatial relation. What I will say though, but apparently they're showing one, and I have no way of verifying this other than what the New York State is stating is an American astronaut. I mean, how do I really know? There's no way for me to verify it. There's no systems. There's no authority here where you can go up and say, I took a photo of what was on the state media. Can you verify if this is true? That system doesn't exist in the state of New York in the dysfunction that I was left in. I'll put their faces up for a moment because, again, I don't know. He's claiming to be American. He's using the flag that the lower 48 from Canada uses, but I don't know if he is a whatever inside the us. I've never met the man, and I have no way of verifying the important factors that would discern whether he is or he isn't. So now, I was sitting here earlier and there was memory attachment that shone through. Linda and Lou speak of an event that I have no memory of. Talking about holes in time and space and time dysphoria and time dysplasia. They speak of a time where Lewis had a friend, I don't know if you call him a friend, a colleague. He had a friend, Augie, Larry, and then Lou. And then there's the friend that he had, he had a friend named Glen. Now this poses a problem, because at JMG, James Mark Glen, with two N's, there is a very tall, very genetically correct and secure looking. And then there's the version of the shorter people that I don't really have labels for, but sometimes they use the labels of the tall and handsome that are genetically secure as opposed to some of, I don't know. I have to be careful because Glenn wasn't even in a familial category. He's a hybrid of a not us, but not in the, he's in a faraway place, not us. So anyway, so we went out, or Glenn had a boat, or Glenn had a friend with a boat. Lou brought the whole family, meaning me and Lynn, on the boat. We went out. They were supposed to show the girls, like, what sailing was like. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Dad's bringing us for first sailing overnight excursion on this tiny little whatever. And I have no memory of what happened after that. Just gone. And Linda and Lou talk about it like it really happened. I can't verify that. I don't remember getting on a boat. I can't remember getting off a boat. I can't remember what happened on the water. Was it a boating accident? I don't know. Who was involved? I don't know. But I'm on a planet that's under siege. And it's a really dangerous time frame for which there's lots of references of visual messaging back and forth. Who with? I don't know. Who sends, who receives, who misinterprets, who purposely misleads the powers that be to piss off, to try to disqualify. I don't know. I'm not impressed with the whole whatever, but here we are. So this is the channel. It's a conversation between this and this. So they say, again, I have no way of knowing, but this is a messenger. Why? I don't know. Has nothing to do with this and has nothing to do with this. Why is this in the middle as some kind of a messenger? It's has nothing to do with her or part of the besiegement.
Space station is caught in the crosshairs of geopolitical tensions. Russia is threatening to abandon American astronaut Mark Vande Hei at the station in the response to U.S. sanctions.
Now, hold on a second.
Hei is supposed to return home on a Russian ship in 3 weeks. The head of the Russian Space Agency also made an ominous threat, saying without Russian help to move the space station away from space junk, the lab would crash into America or other countries.
I think it's just a crazy threat. It's not really based in reality. So we do have the ability to control the orbit of the space station independent from the Russian Space Agency. So I don't see that happening.
And NASA has remained silent on these threats.
You know who's not silent is Elon Musk. He's been standing up for the space agency and saying his SpaceX could fill the void should something like this happen. So a lot of people, it's interesting what's happening that, you have all these different forces coming to play in a humanitarian crisis across the world there.
Yeah. You know what else I can't quite put my finger on is who's running NASA, who's using it as a cover, how that's an agency. Then what is Elon Musk? What is he in? He's not an agency. He's just what? Private company that sends really expensive Earth science projects up in the air and back down. I mean, this doesn't really make sense to me, these purposes or lack thereof are these class science projects for the really rich and elite and bored to keep them in their hands and attention away from other more dangerous and nefarious things? I don't know. Now, this is interesting because they say the name Mark Vande Hei, and then they show this man's face. That's what the words say. But then they go on and they show a bunch of other faces. This guy looks like a different nose, but he looks like the Ukraine mayor that they just announced in the local New York area in the theater of whatever crisis is going on at the moment. But again, it shows several faces with no label underneath to say who that actually is. Nobody knows.
At at the station.
That guy no one knows. That guy no one knows. Don't know that guy. Don't know that guy.
Is supposed to return home on a Russian ship in 3 weeks. The head of the Russian Space Agency also made an ominous threat saying
Don't know that
without Russian
guy.
help to move the space station away from space.
Don't know that guy. Don't know that guy. Oh, now we know that guy. Now it has a label. I mean, again, that's how the television works. They put these faces up that nobody sees on a day-to-day basis, and they announce that they have some function or some relatable function, but it's like a one-time thing. It's not like we grew up and we're like, oh my God, that's our representative. Nope. The land management keeps changing, and there's so many people who think they're important that their importance gets diluted and lost in the shuffle, and you don't know where to divert your attention and who in the theater to pay attention to or how to find them. It's just whatever they throw on the state-run media at this point, looking for answers. It's really frightening just how much media blackout there has been, and the not knowing of who's controlling the city, who's controlling the state, who's controlling the inner workings of the financier of keeping us safe and putting in and installing systems that are multi-generational functional and fixing the dysfunction that we're currently experiencing. Again, I don't hear any of that. I'm going to turn this off now. I'm going to see if I can follow the Americans' words of what the American Revolution contains, since it's the first time I'm hearing about this American Revolution. I mean, the words just as a label. Like, have I heard the name Scott before referred to a man? Yeah. Have I heard this coined phrase, American Revolution, before? Yeah. What does it mean? No idea. The humans use it, but it has no construct. Nothing's ever been built and explained in any formal way as to how and why and what it means. There's a thing in the local area that's going on today at a local winery. It's actually one of the bands that I like. I don't like many bands, I'll be honest with you. Not because they're not worthy, just because I'm always afraid to like something in this version of human. So I keep my likes to a minimum, and the dislikes outnumber and outweigh the likes in a ratio that's absolutely ridiculous for this late in the game. But OAR's playing there. The tickets, not that I have money to buy a ticket, but they're already sold out. Something I would have liked to have attended because I like their music, but whatever. It is whatever it is. So it's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, Solar System, Milky Way, Universe, Galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. And it's March 10th, 2022.